Hey YouTube, Night Prowler here, and we went ahead and opened up the dual fuel Coleman stove. Now I was going to do an unboxing on this, but honestly we already had opened it and didn't really think it was a point. That was just a waste a bunch of time. But we got as you can see here, we got the kitchen set up, and surprisingly enough it was actually pretty easy to, yep, there we go. It was actually pretty easy to set up the kitchen. It wasn't very difficult. That was actually simple. It's good size. I mean, seems like it's pretty strong. I don't know. I mean, I'd be very careful with it. I wouldn't abuse it or anything like that. But if you're light, you know, easy going with it, it should be okay. But we're talking about the stove here. Now, the reason I went with the dual fuel was because I know the Coleman white gas is probably a better fuel to use. This one right here, the camp fuel or whatever. That's probably a better fuel to use when you're running this, due to this can actually take unleaded gasoline, and I just wanted an extra option just in case I didn't have any Coleman fuel around or any kerosene around. Another thing is, but I would probably stick to the Coleman fuel just because when you're doing this, you might set up your pans a little. Due to the white gas or the white fuel is a lot cleaner than the unleaded gasoline. So I'm probably going to stick with that unless, but I always have a backup. So my first initial impression of this stove when I opened it up, honestly guys, I can't say anything else about it. It seems cheap. I mean, it seems cheap. That was my initial impression, because over here I've had this one for quite a few years, and yeah, that's burnt and charcoaled and been used and all that, but it's worked fine. The only reason I haven't decided to use that one is because I need to rebuild it, and what happened was it caught on fire and it didn't want to go out, and so I need to rebuild it. So if you guys, here, take a good look at this one, because I need your guys' opinion on it. If you guys can give me a year maybe on this one with the round cylinder, and it's got a number on here. It's got the 425 number on it. It says Wichita, Kansas. So, and it's got the Coleman imprint right here in the very front. There you go. There you go. It's got the imprint right here in the front, so it's been stamped. You can barely see the Coleman tag up here. But if you guys know more about this than I do, I'd appreciate it if somebody would give me a heads up and let me know around what year it is. I think I looked through them, and I think it came out with, it's around 60s, early 70s, something like that. But if you know better than me, hey, let me know. Because I want to plan on rebuilding it, and I'd like to have a backup to my backup. But back here to the dual fuel one, like I stated, it just seems kind of cheap. I mean, when you open the lid, the metal in it is very thin. I don't know how that's going to deal with the performance of the stove. I heard this is actually a very high BTU stove. So, from what I remember, I don't remember exactly the BTUs because can't remember. But it's supposed to be a good one. This is the 414, and 414 dual fuel. Oh, it actually says right here 17,000 BTUs, and that's with using both burners. So yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and I've pumped it. I'm gonna prime it and see if we can get it lit here for you, just because I want to see how she runs. Oh, there we go. Woo! Lit right up. Okay. Now, as you know, what it's got to do, it's got to, liquid fuel's got to go from this bar, be vaporized into or heated up actually, into the bar that goes across and into the burner. So while that's happening, it's gonna flame up like this. So what you do is you basically wait until it starts going, you know, like a jet engine kind of sound. And starts turning blue. Like, see right here, starting to turn blue. The flame's starting to go down a little bit. And give it about a minute, 2 minutes. This is the very first burn I've ever done on this stove. Oh, do me a favor and let me know when I hit almost 9 or 10 because the thing. Okay. So we'll let it warm up. We weren't real thrilled about it when we got it open out of the box because this latch right here, you can obviously see it's bent. I'm sorry, I just pay $140 for a stove, and if it's bent, that tends to piss me off a little. Some of the paint's scratched up a little. I think it's been wearing, it's been bouncing around in the box. So I think that's what did it. Now we're going to go ahead and turn this primer down. Okay. See, look, this is the... Ooh, it gets up there, doesn't it? Alright, let's see if we can just slow it down a little. Get it down to a nice simmer. Oh, that's nice. Got a good range of burn on it. I mean, you can get it down to a nice simmer. I like that. I mean, I do like that. It is a lot lighter than my other one. But so far so good. I mean, this is the first burn on it. I've never ran it. We're going to go ahead and cook up some stuff with it later on tonight. And see how it does. But I do have to admit, if anybody from Coleman or Cabela's or whoever, you know, you guys... Nubs, can you leave Mommy alone for a second? I have to be honest. When you pay $140 for a stove, we don't, as customers, don't want to get, you know, things that are bent, you know, scraped up, there's a dent in the bottom of it. You know, I don't appreciate that. Perfect example. This is the reason why I opened this stuff up and I wanted to check it out before we actually took it out. Over here, you can see we got the Cabela's, come on over. You got the Cabela's, shower. Went up pretty simple. The directions they weren't bad. I mean, if you have any kind of anything at all, you can figure it out fairly simply. But here's what we did. We got it all put together. Didn't take very long. But when we went to go we filled that, if you see in here, you can see the solar shower in here. We filled this up. You can see the water. But we filled that up to about, I don't know, about here. Maybe 3 gallons of water or whatever. And what happened was, right up here, there's a hook that attaches to the frame on the outside of the the tent part, I guess. It has a wire that connects to that frame in there, and it's got a big brass hook in there. Let me see if you guys can see it. Okay, you can see that brass hook right there? Well, that attaches to the top of this. Well, as soon as I put that water thing on, it ripped out completely. I mean, it just came and went like that. So, I'm fairly certain we went by the instructions, and I'm fairly certain we didn't do anything that was pushing it. I mean, we used the solar shower that came with this, the product, and I have to be honest, right now that thing's going back. We're sending it back because that was a $129, you know, deluxe shower, and it's very cool, and it's got a lot of features that I do like about it. But the only problem is, if we can't use it as a shower, what good is it? I mean, it's pretty much pointless. You know, it's supposed to be able to, with the subframe or with the exterior frame, it's supposed to be able to hold that water bag, and it doesn't at all. So that's going back right now. This I can live with. It's got a couple scratches, a couple of dents, but I can live with this. I do wish it was made out of a little bit of thicker metal, just to maybe make it last a little longer.
Almost.
But,
almost 10.
Huh?
Almost 10.
Okay, guys. I'll catch you later, because on my videos at 10 minutes, for some reason the sound cuts out. So, I'll talk to you all later, alright? Bye.